Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Max and Nicky 1000th Time Reactions.
On today's episode, we're going to be listening to Creep by Radiohead for our 1000th time, although I've definitely listened to this song way more than 1,000 times. I am a big Radiohead fan, and this just only scratches the surface of
Well,
their
it scratches
repertoire.
the surface because this is really their first hit, actually.
Sure, it was.
When
But we'll get in all that later. But before we start reacting, just want to let you all know, like I usually do, that we have another channel called Max and Nicky, on which we perform oldies tunes, jazz standards, and originals in that vein. And we also have comedy videos on there as well. So check that out if you so desire.
But for now, let's take a listen to Radiohead's Creep.
For the 1000th time.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
You know, it's a great, I know it's played out sometimes, but it's
Radiohead
a great
Creep,
song.
yeah.
It's a great song, and there's a lot of cool intricacies in the production of this song. You
Well,
know, even
first-
with that sort of feedbacky kind of guitar noise in the left ear at the end there, actually.
Right. Well, there's also, I mean, you got that fuzz, going on the guitar.
I mean, it's definitely this heavily distorted guitar
Sure.
that really erupts, on Johnny Greenwood's guitar.
Well, what's kind of interesting
for the chorus, which is really
kind of
cool.
interesting. Well, and then both of them are playing guitar actually, him and Tom York. But
Well, Tom York, is he playing acoustic guitar or electric guitar?
no, he's playing electric. I believe. Yeah. Does it sound like there's acoustic on this song? I don't think so. But what's kind of interesting, first to note, just because we just finished the song, was this entrance of the piano at the end. It's not in the whole song except for at the end, actually, which is interesting that they just decided to let's throw in some. It's not keyboard; it's straight up a piano,
Right.
But also,
But hold on, there are two guitarists in addition to Tom York in this band. Phil Selway on drums. There's Ed O'Brien, who usually plays rhythm guitar, and Johnny Greenwood plays lead guitar. And,
Right, but
and
in the music
Colin
video,
Greenwood
which we were-
plays, bass, and
Right,
Tom York
but-
is usually
and the bass is pretty awesome too in this.
sure.
but
But Tom York is either usually singing just lead, or he's on other songs he's playing acoustic guitar. But
no,
not on this song.
In the music video, it does show Tom York playing electric guitar too.
But in the actual recording of the song, there's just
It's
Ed
just
O'Brien
Johnny
and Johnny Greenwood on guitar.
But something else I wanted to note that we've noted on our review, or not our review, but our reaction to Smells Like Teen Spirit and Say It Ain't So, is something that I'm not sure if in the UK they were influenced by Nirvana on this, but something that was going on in the early to mid 90s was this dynamic shift
Where they would start off quietly,
kind of mellow, and then
build up to a very loud
chorus,
distorted chorus,
guitars. That was a big thing,
Right, and
but something that separated Radiohead, it seems like, is his voice when it gets to those choruses. It doesn't necessarily change to get raspier or more intense. He still kind of keeps that pureness of his voice. He does start wailing it, kind of belting it a little bit.
Well, it becomes like a very climactic
later
thing
on
later.
in the song, but on the choruses. But even still, when he does that, it's still not. It doesn't get raw sounding. It sounds pure, and you can start to hear something that he becomes known for later in their career.
His falsetto.
Is his falsetto. You hear that.
Well,
too.
he is a very skilled singer.
He's
actually.
very good. In this, you can tell,
watch
actually.
live performances of him. He's really not only very in tune, but he's got a lot of great vocal control. This song doesn't even scratch the surface of what Radiohead would become. My favorite album was actually their second album called The Bends, and that has a lot of great hit songs on it, like Just, High and Dry, and My Iron Lung, and so on and so forth. OK Computer, obviously, is what some people may consider their magnum opus. But, what was I going to say? This song was such an anthem for the teen angst of the time, of sort of the Generation X, I guess, or maybe even
a lot of these bands. I mean, a lot of the bands that we've
I know,
listened to
but
from
this
the
song
early
in
90s
particular is, I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? It's like you're feeling like isolated, like you don't belong.
Oh, it's the same thing with Nirvana and all their songs. I mean, that was just these bands defined Generation X, and their lyrics did too.
It was almost like
what the F am I doing here?
It was okay to not be in the in crowd, or it was. They almost made it cool to.
The freaks can be cool,
weird,
That was what's cool about. Well, what's interesting is, as we noted, this not just musical style, but lyrically too. They were very similar to the grunge movement.
It's almost as if, why isn't this considered grunge? Is it because it's not from America? And on top of that, for that matter, why is this not considered Britpop?
Well, it's not. It doesn't sound like Britpop.
Hold on a second. We were just listening to Drowners by Suede, the band Suede, which is very kind of a little bit harder rock. I mean, it's a
Well,
little
it
bit
has
more
this
psychedelic.
kind of fuzz guitar, electric
and I'm just
distortion
thinking, well,
too. You know,
if that's considered Britpop, then why isn't this? You know,
Well, there
I
is
can
some-
understand
there
why
is
Blur
something-
and Oasis are considered
very much.
Britpop because they are kind of more poppy and less. Although I would say Blur later on would get a little bit more heavy, I guess, you know.
Well, that's what kind of. But after that, that's when kind of Britpop was starting to fade as kind of a genre in a way.
But why? What made it so that Radiohead they weren't considered Britpop?
Well, I don't know. I listened to that
I
song.
don't quite
listening to
understand.
that song, "Drowners," there is something a little more. I hate to use the word poppy, but there is something. I guess maybe in the chord changes, the harmonies
do
that
us a
they're
favor,
using. I
guys.
think it sounds a little bit, if I can say, a little bit happier. I suppose, even though it's not.
Why
a
don't you
happy
guys
song, it's
comment
a little
down
bit.
in the comments below and let us know what makes this song Creep not Britpop compared to something like Drowners by Suede, when stylistically they're pretty similar.
Well, it could also have to do with where they were based. You know, I
Sure.
don't know if I don't. Did Britpop kind of come out of the Manchester, or was that just the? Am I
The Manchester scene?
Because did Britpop come out of the Manchester movement? I'm not sure, but
I don't know. No, it didn't, because I think Oasis was from northern England, and and Blur was from southern England, and that there was that rivalry as well. That kind of played into their rivalry. I
Right.
think that was the case.
But man, what a great! I mean, I don't know how real the rivalry was, but what a great way to exploit. You know, great
Ad campaign.
Great way to push those songs. You know that they were writing at the time.
Personally, I prefer Blur.
What a great marketing tool. Sorry, that was the word I was looking for. But
I prefer Blur, and I like Blur's songs more than
well,
Oasis.
obviously, Blur
Obviously-
later on, Damon.
Damon Albarn's.
Yeah.
Damien.
Al Barnes or Al Barn?
Albarn.
Al Barn. Al Burn.
Albarn.
Oh, okay.
He would go on to
later
create
go on to do
Gorillaz, and
Gorillas,
so,
and
he had
a lot of
maybe
success
more
with that.
longevity than either Blur or
Well, no, Oasis is
Or-
still
or Oasis.
Well, no, they are not. They don't do.
They don't
The
perform
brothers
together
don't
at all. The
perform
brothers
together
don't
at all
even
anymore.
speak.
But they don't even speak. But
Anyway,
anyway,
we're
we're
going
talking
very
about
way off topic.
outside of these guys.
But
Anyway, great tune. Creep.
great tune. If you're listening to Radiohead for the first time, this is a great introduction to them. It's much to the chagrin of probably the band itself. This is probably their most famous song.
It's their most famous song?
Definitely their most popular song.
Well,
They've
it's
got-
definitely their most popular song to people that don't know Radiohead that well.
Exactly.
But to people that do,
To the mainstream, this is their most famous song. To Radiohead fans, this is
not their most
one of their
well-known
least
song.
important songs. Well, it's an important song that
Well,
allowed
it put them
to,
on the map, but it's definitely their style definitely changed much later. I
Sure.
mean, not much later. Maybe in a couple albums it would change. Actually,
I mean, yeah, OK Computer, you saw the sort of the introduction of digital sounds and that, which really played into the album Kid A big time. But anyway,
I think that's enough. For
we'll
this
react to more
reaction.
Radiohead in the future. But until then, this is the end of this reaction video. If you liked what you saw and heard, please hit that subscribe button and ding that post notification bell to find out about more Max and Nicky reaction videos. But there's actually, I'm realizing these are not just reaction videos, but we actually delve in and
analysis.
They're analyses of
Yeah.
of the songs, because we've already heard them plenty of times. So we're not just reacting; we're critically thinking about them.
Well, we are reacting to this listen of it.
Sure.
It is a reaction.
Sure.
Anyway, please keep tuning in.